no matter what. I feel into it.
Welcome friends once again to Godlywood Studio and to the program Light of Knowledge. It has been a nice journey so far. We have been discussing about many aspects of knowledge and we have understood about the soul, the supreme soul, and of course we will go into more details because these are factors of knowledge which has been not very clear so far. And godly knowledge gives a very clear awareness of all these factors, whether it is a soul or the supreme soul or the cyclic world drama which is going on and on again. That is why this program Light of Knowledge is a bit different from those programs which gives scriptural knowledge. So it is our request that you will look into this program in that light because godly knowledge actually is capable of solving every one of our problems. So, welcome to this godly knowledge, and we will try in each episode how far this knowledge can remove all the problems which is currently making our life a little bit difficult to move on. So, today we will talk about relationships. I have heard that the most number of classes in today's world are going on the topic of relationships. That itself shows that we are finding it a little bit difficult to keep our relationships intact. What can be the reason behind it? 50 years ago, it has not been the case. Relationships were even smoother than it is now. And why this change in just a few years? What could be the reason behind it? Come, let us discuss as usual with Rupa Behenji. Behenji, welcome to the show and welcome to this episode where we discuss relationships. How is a relationship important? Or let me move on to even basic question. Why do we need relationship?
The word relation itself is giving something I gain from others. We all know human beings are beings to live together. A child is born with relationship. And in the life journey, if the journey has to become more smooth, enlightening, happier, then we need relations time to time. And life is also like a cycle: birth, growth, development, and death. Of course, the word death is something, again, a new beginning. So, human existence itself begins with relationship. And each relationship is having its own speciality. But today, of course, relations have become more struggling with each other, strained. Somewhere we are searching for good relation. Somewhere already relations are there, we want to break that relations. Somewhere people are together but not together. Living in the same roof but not talking to each other. So this makes us understand that there is some misery in relationship which is giving more and more negative feelings.
What is the cause of all this? Because when I feel that I am not comfortable with this relationship, where is the problem? Actually, is it within me or is it with the other person?
The answer straight away is within me. Because whatever the relations we are in, of course we are physically connected or mentally connected. There is a cause for that relation. Mother, father, children, friends, whoever we come across, there is some karmic accounts. When I say karmic accounts, it can be good, it can be bad.
Can you explain a little bit about this karmic account?
See, we are all here with some cause. When I meet you, there is a cause that makes us meet. Similarly, a child is born in one family. Maybe that child, when it grows, the choices may be different. But the parents or those who are in the family, like brother, sister, whoever accompanies, they have that connection of karma, action, which is brought from the past to settle or to give. So when I say settling, then I have taken something I want to give back. When I receive something I have given in the past, I am receiving. Simple. So therefore, if we understand this law of karma, then we accept every relation with a positive thought. And lack of that today, what is happening in each relation, we are begging, asking, you give me love, you give me respect, you do this for me. But what I am doing for them, it is more burdening myself. I am doing so much, but nothing I am getting.
This is a very common thing which is happening to people. So what could be the reason behind this? Because I have heard many parents putting the same complaint. I have given so much to my children and now they are not even taking care of me. So this was based on expectation. But what is wrong with this expectation?
Expectation is not wrong, but there, if we talk about parents and children relationship nowadays in the society, of course, everybody is aware now. The young children, after growing and getting some job, this and that, then leave the parents alone and going. That's because they are not aware to repay the sustenance they got from the parents. And this is because I have become so selfish that I don't want to care for the old parents. But this is, of course, a big problem. And also, if I become old, then what will be my position? That we are not realizing. But otherwise, even to take care of old people, it is so soothing, and
Actually,
so nice.
I think it is all about giving, because you just told we expect in relationships. That is what makes us troubled in the mind.
It should be two-way, okay? When I expect more from others and they are not having to give back, then there is struggle and strain. And each relation, if I see with the divine vision, and here you see nowadays the relationship not only motivated with selfishness, but also more of attachments. I possess that relationship, and that possession gives me sadness.
Consider a child. He has natural possessiveness towards his parents, and parents also in the same way they reciprocate because they think the child is theirs. So what is wrong in this possessiveness, and when does it go wrong?
Possessiveness is something where I hold it to myself, and later I don't allow that to its freedom. Because I have given birth to this child, that child should be mine, and that child should not go against of my will, and that child should always be along with me and also obey my order.
This is quite common because we put a lot of irreasonable constraints on the children. Because I think they belong to me, I say you should not do this, you should not do that. As such, they have their own freedom to choose, but we sometimes don't allow it to happen.
This is because, as we have discussed in previous episode about the conscious of the body and conscious of the soul. In relations, if we maintain the two awareness, I am physically related because I have given birth, but otherwise within that physical body also there resides a spark of light which is called soul, and that is the child of Supreme. So my duty is to take care of that child, give suggestions, support, and allow that child to do what it wants. And in course of time anything wrong, then I am here to support. Their detachment comes. And possessiveness is like holding tightly, and there nor I am free, nor I am letting them to be free. So both are under suffering. And this, there are so many examples.
So actually when you let go, you become free.
Let go is something I give a wise freedom. When I let go, when that child is capable of going alone with right path. So when it is very small, of course, I hold it, I care, I protect, I support. The time comes where I have to go, let it go, means not that you go anywhere as you like.
But talking about this protection, Benji, I have seen many examples where the parents are trying to protect the child, but the end result is, even when the child is grown up, they still want that protection. They are still in that comfort zone. They don't want to come out to the society and face the world as such. So, is somewhere our parents going wrong in giving too much protection? This protective attitude is good, but is it creating some problems today?
See, for younger generations, protection in the sense educating them, giving a wise thinking, and allowing them to choose the right thing naturally. Then I have a faith in that relation. Wherever my child is there, he will take care of himself. So this is what we need to educate them and give them knowledge. And the knowledge, today parents are giving knowledge, allowing them to study and so many university grades and certificates. But finally what is happening, they are not able to take care of themselves. And that's where the divine knowledge is also very important part of education to the younger generation. And not only youngsters, but it works with every relationship.
And when you're talking about relationship, we have seen that in the last 50 years or so, or even lesser, there has been a drastic change in the number of divorces.
That's because you see, everybody wants to enjoy their freedom. See, in olden days, what was happening? Once parents and children means children were very, very humble, and whatever father says, mother says, they were obedient, accepting, and the world was like within that circle. And even husband and wife relation was like that. Once the marriage is taken place, then it is accepted. Whatever husband side people will say, she has to accept. And she will obey that. That's my duty. Like that, it was the tendency like that. But now what is happening, the times have changed. And girls who get married, they have to work and struggle for their survival
They
also.
want more freedom.
And protection, they have to get more protection by themselves. And so many that kind of demands have arisen. And here their choices are different. And they have their own way of likes and dislikes. A girl has to struggle for her survival, for her children, and she has to come out in the society and work and meet with people. And there some understanding, misunderstanding takes place. And there is a way of choice. Everybody's choice is different. Their acceptance is becoming less. Oh, I accept as you are. And if he says, yes, I accept as you are, then there is no problem. But there is something that faith in between shaking or damages. Then what happens? People would feel, I have trusted, I have given my life, everything, and my faith is been shaken. So now I cannot live anymore. One major reason is this. And second thing is over-dominating. Because I'm husband, you do this. And wife says, no, I cannot do this because this is the reason. So here, lack of adjustment. Adjust is nothing but accepting only. So we give little space to breathe. And overburdening. So there are such kind of situations where finally one person will struggle and tolerate and finally say it's no more.
The basic question comes to the same thing which I've discussed before, that the attitude of taking rather than giving. So in relationship, I think, Benji, if you rather than have that attitude of taking, if we are ready to give, all these problems can be solved very easily.
Yes.
So now I think we will come to the questions.
मेरा नाम कमलेश यादव है। मैं गुड़गांव से आई हूँ और मैं ये जानने के लिए आई हूँ कि ईश्वरीय शक्ति क्या है और हमें शांति सहज स्वभाव किस तरह से प्राप्त होगा।
So that's a very practical question, I think, Behenji, because when we pray to God, it is actually the godly power that is working. How this power is working, how can I be benefited of this power? And then the second part was, how can I fill myself with peace? So can we connect these two things together?
See, godly power, we are talking about godly knowledge and we are now coming to the godly power. And most of the problems or struggles of life, whether it is small or big, everybody intentionally turns towards God. Whether going to temples or prayer or going to any penance or any kind of such things. Ultimately, what we are asking from Him is, you give me energy, you give me strength so that I can handle everything. Because as we all came to understand that we are actors in this world and we are acting and we are playing our own roles with other co-actors. So definitely my role should be good, right? That is the intention we should keep. To do a better role, I need the power. Power in the sense I have to make myself strong. So how I make myself strong? Few questions what you asked today about relationship, breaking up relationship, accepting them. All that is internal power. I have to love somebody, I need love, power of love. I have to accept somebody, I should have big heart. I should give freedom, let it go. For that I need the strength of detachment.
So how do we, these are all, I think, internal, related to our own self. How do we connect to God so that we get this power from Him?
The simple method to connect ourselves to God is to know Him first better. Know thyself first. Who wants to connect on whom and where? If I want to meet a person, knowing him, I need the address where I have to go and meet and what I want from him. So we all know God is our Father. The invisible self I am repeatedly talking about is the child of Supreme. So a very simple method is focus your attention on yourself as a point of light. And the Almighty is the Father of all souls. And when I sit in a comfortable position, allow my mind to go to Him, I have to guide the mind to reach where? The destination. So God who lives in the world of silence. So this world, Rama, the world of nature, this is called universe. And beyond this, what we say like space, beyond that universe, there is a place which is called the world of silence. And therefore people usually whenever they want to remember God, pray God or meditate on Him, they try to go to the place of silence so that mind can become silent and reach there. But here what we learn, we need not run away from the world of sound, but only not allowing the sound inside. That means keep ourselves with our thoughts, beginning with little positive contemplation and then talking to Him, whatever you want, your Father, you talk. So after giving all your troubles and thoughts of pain, everything, your mind becomes quiet. Then think of His virtues.
This connection which you are talking about with myself, that is the soul and the Supreme, is the basis of everything.
Basic
that will give
foundation.
us the peace.
Because see, so far everybody was talking to Him, praying to Him, calling, but the connection could not happen because the conscious of body is the main cause. A simple method, like a child talks to the father. Here I recognize my Father as a supreme being of light, and I recognize myself as a point of light. This is very important. So being in that conscious, aware of that I am a child of Supreme, a light, point of light, eternal light, and the abode of His dwelling is far beyond this physical world of sound. So, you have to take a few minutes and allow the mind to travel there, a world of silence, world of light, and that is filled with the power and peaceful vibrations. Because you see, mind can travel anywhere. Here a systematic guidance is given to allow that mind to travel to the home of silence, sweet silence home. And that is the silence with joy, power, happiness together. And that makes us, even few seconds, few minutes you experience that, you become more powerful.
Even while you are talking, I think I am able to experience that peaceful vibration. So I think her question has been answered, because basically you are hinting at the connection between me and the Supreme, so that the mind becomes peaceful. And to do that, I think she will have to learn a little bit more, go into details about this. Behenji, as such, it is time for our attitude, virtue and reflection part. So, what is the attitude for today, and what is a virtue, and how can we contemplate on that?
Today we take up the attitude of being an observer, a spectator, because lot of disturbances happens because we involve in many things where it is not necessary. So, to keep our mind more calm and more peaceful or more contemplative, the whole day I have to practice to be an observer. And while observing, no comments, good or bad. And this troubles my mind. So, everybody is good, everybody is playing their role, everybody is doing the actions according to their choice. So, I observe and enjoy.
Being just an observer, sometimes there are situations where we need to involve, where we need to talk, where we need to do something. So, being an observer all the time, is it advisable?
No, what I mean, where I am not related to, let me be an observer. Where I had to directly involve.
So, I think it is important to keep that balance, to know where I have to involve and where not to involve.
Because lot of time is wasted where we keep on giving comments or thinking of the others' activity where I am not at all connected. Why he is doing like that, why she is doing that, why she has taken this. I am not directly related to that matter or to that person. And even if I think about why, what, good or bad, there is no meaning. So, lot of my thoughts, energy is wasted. So, in order to connect myself to the Supreme Light, I need to accumulate more energy. And lot of waste energy with waste thoughts which I am spending, that can be saved by being an observer. So, with this attitude, I have to support myself with the virtue of being stable. Stability of mind is very important if I want to take my mind to that Supreme Light who dwells in Paramdham, the sweet silence home. Because constant shaking of mind, disturbing of mind, it won't support myself to travel to that realm.
We have had today's attitude and today's virtue. And since the question today which we listened to was also based on the same thing, can we have a reflection on today's attitude and virtue?
Let us take our mind to this journey to that sweet silence home. For a few minutes, ask your mind to be with you. All the other engagements and thoughts which I had to do, say to your mind, I will attend all that after a few minutes. Focus your attention to the center point of your forehead. Visualize yourself as a point of divine light, child of Supreme Light. Supreme Father. Feel good about yourself. I am child of Supreme Father, and knowing His place of residence far beyond this universe, let me travel through my mind beyond this world of sound through the eye of your mind. I am an eternal light of love. As I love my life, I respect and love others' life also. Om Shanti.
Thanks a lot, Behenji, for the discussion and the reflection which you have just taken us through. And in the coming episodes, I think we will go even deeper into these aspects of knowledge. Thanks a lot for coming into the studio, and thanks a lot from behalf of our viewers also. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So that's all for today. It has been a wonderful journey. So transformation is a process which is ongoing. And in our own way, in our own life, in different aspects, let us take one aspect at a time and try it in the laboratory of life and see how it affects our day-to-day life. Relationships can be sweeter if we try to give rather than take. I think if we remember one point, that is more than enough to make our day, because most of our headaches all come from this one point, because I want, I'm not ready to give. So let us change from inside. Let us be ready to give. Wherever there is a demand, let us be ready to give. Thanks a lot for watching. Keep on with this program and send in your suggestions and queries to us so that it will help us to make this program even better. And from all of us in the studio, it is a goodbye until we meet in the next episode. Thank you very much.